Hello and welcome to the Mileage Mafia. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a review of the Brooks Glycerin 21, this shoe right here. An overview of how this video is going to go down. I'm going to start off talking about the specs of the shoe, then I'm going to move on to use cases or kind of things I like the shoe for, then I'm going to talk about pros and cons and finish it up with an overview and final rating of the shoe. So let's get into it. So the shoe released in January of this year, 2024. In terms of stack height, we have a 28 stack in the heel and an 18 stack in the forefoot, making for a 10 millimeter drop. By weight, in a men's size 9, it's going to be 9.8 ounces, and a women's size 9, it's going to be 8.8 ounces. So certainly not the lightest shoe you're going to find, certainly not the heaviest, just sort of middling in that regard. And same thing with the stack, a good solid 28 millimeters in the heel and that fairly standard 10 millimeter drop makes this shoe pretty par for the course. In terms of use cases for this shoe, the primary thing I've been using it for have been long runs. So I've taken this thing in long runs up to 13 miles. I might actually have some footage of one of those long runs. I did it on a Woodway treadmill. I've used it for easy runs. I wore it on an easy run today. I've used it for kind of everything in between 8, 9, 10. So I think it's pretty versatile, a bit of a jack of all trades. It's not the poppiest at higher paces. It certainly isn't going to be doing any of the work for you, which I think could be a good thing for a lot of people. But yeah, don't expect anything super special, but at the same time, I haven't really found any paces or durations of workout that I think it's particularly ill-suited for. So if you're looking for a really good all-around daily trainer that can do it all, even up to like a half marathon type distance in my experience, this is definitely going to be the shoe for that. Moving on to pros and cons, I think I would say definitely the pros would be that versatility, like I mentioned in the use case section. It seems to be pretty comfortable across a wide range of paces and durations. Another pro would definitely be the durability. I have over 100 miles in this shoe now and it's shown no real sign of wear. I haven't noticed any kind of change to the feel on foot while I'm running. So doesn't really seem to be giving out in any capacity there. I fully expect to be able to get at least 400 miles out of this pair. Granted, a lot of that is on the treadmill, but I think outside you could expect similar mileage on most surfaces. Cons, it's a little heavy for how much stack you get, I will say. It's not very supportive on days that you might feel like really tired or particularly beat up. It's definitely not going to be giving you much relief there. The only durability issue I've experienced is right here. I think I'll probably put up another clip on screen, but there's this weird area where the foam is kind of chipping away somewhat anomalously. I don't know what could be causing that particular area to wear more. But other than that, I mean, the outsole looks really good. Brooks has good rubber that likely contributes to some of that weight. But other than the weight and the fact that it can feel a little flat some days, I don't really have too many gripes with this shoe. Moving on now to the overview and rating of the shoe. I think my overview would be that it's just a good, solid daily trainer. It has a lot of versatility in, I think, what would be most people's pace ranges and distances that I think would encompass most people's running on a week-to-week basis. It can take a lot of mileage. It's not a super expensive shoe. It's not super flashy, which I know in today's shoe culture, a lot of people are looking for something flashy for every run. But this shoe, it's not gonna make you feel fantastic. It's not gonna make you feel terrible. It's just a nice, honest amount of feedback on kind of how the legs are feeling. So yeah, out of 10, I might give it an 8 for what it is. Not necessarily, definitely not as a racer or anything like that. But for what it is, I think I would give it an 8. I don't really know, other than maybe them thinning down the upper a little bit to make it more breathable and a little lighter. I don't know if I would have many points for improvement from a design standpoint.